rounding sit bones, feeling the spine growing taller, and just noticing where you are in space, whether your body is leaning forward slightly, maybe rounding back, and just come back to center, stacking the heart over the hips. Allowing the breath to deepen and lengthen. Feeling the shoulders soften away from the ears. And I'll invite you to envision something that you love. It can be anything, a person, a thing, an activity. And just drawing that close into the heart. Sending breath to the thing that you love. And with each inhale, seeing light around that thing, feeding light, feeding it brighter and brighter. Want to keep your eyes closed, feel free to do so, or you can gently blink your eyes open, keeping the gaze nice and soft. We're going to do a little bit of pranayama, a little bit of breath work. So this one's called Nadi Shodhana, which is alternate nostril breathing. So two options. You can either place your hands on your knees with your palms open and follow along with us by opening and closing alternate hands. If you're going to join me, what we're going to do is block off one nostril at a time. We're going to inhale through the left, then block off the left, exhale through the right, inhale through the right, block off, exhale through the left, inhale through the left, and I'll cue it as we go. There's two different hand positions, so either you can take your index and middle finger, placing it at your third eye, and then use your thumb and your ring finger to block off the upper nostril. So we're not blocking off down low, we're blocking off just below the cartilage. Second option is the hang loose hands. So you can take your thumb and then your pinky and alternate between that. Okay? So what we'll do is we'll inhale, take a nice cleansing breath. So inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. If you're joining me with the hand gesture, whichever one you choose, we're going to block off right nostril, inhale through left, block off left, exhale through right. Inhale through right, block off right, exhale through left. Inhale through left, block off left, exhale through right. Inhale through right, block off right, exhale through left. Inhale through left, block off, exhale through right. Inhale through right, block off, exhale through left. From here, releasing your hand down, inhaling and exhaling through both nostrils. You might notice a clearing of the nasal passages. I always find it's so easy to breathe after doing this breathing technique. So just noticing any differences here. With your hands on your knees, we're going to begin to just gently rolling back on the sit bones, curling through the spine. So this is a version of cat-cow. On your in-breath, we're going to shine the heart forward, arching the back. Maybe the gaze goes up towards the sky. Eyes can be closed here as well, or gaze staying nice and soft. On the exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale, arching through the spine, draw the heart forward and up. And then just moving through these two spaces, allowing your breath to guide you here. Come back to stillness in your own time, and then gently walking hands forward, bowing over the earth here. Gently walk the hands back up. We're going to switch the crossing of the legs. And then once again, walking hands forward. So we're stretching out the opposite hip this time. Gently rising back up. We're going to take our right arm up, reach up towards the sky, bending right elbow. That right hand traces down the spine. Maybe your left hand comes up to the right elbow, encouraging a little bit more of a stretch here. And hug the low ribs in towards the spine so that we're not splaying the heart open. We're hugging everything in. From here, maybe arching over towards the left, stretching out that right side body. Come back up through center. Let's release the hands up towards the sky. And then take the opposite elbow, bending it. This time bending left elbow. Right hand can place on that left elbow. And then once again, hugging those low ribs in. Keeping the neck long, keeping the spine long. Maybe here arching over towards the right, stretching out left side waist this time. And then gently rising back up to center, reach fingertips up towards the sky. And then really slowly, let's open the arms out towards the sides. We're going to keep our arms in a T shape, flexing the palms away from us. From here, dropping the chin down towards the chest, and then rolling over towards the right. So we're drawing right ear towards right shoulder. Sending breath into the left side of the neck. Coming back through center, so roll the chin forward through center, and then over towards the left. If this is too intense for your arms, you can always place fingertips on the earth. Let's take one more on each side, so gently rolling the chin forward, and then over towards the right. Forward, and then over towards the left. Coming back to center with the chin. From here, we're going to twist towards the right. So keeping arms as they are, twist the torso towards the right if you can. Come back through center. Let's twist over towards the left. Keeping the hands flexed. Let's do that once more on each side, moving slowly. Beautiful. And then coming back to center in your own time, we'll gather hands together at heart center. From here, we're going to roll the tops of the hands together. We're rolling out the wrists. So we're rolling circles, keeping the hands together the whole time. So backs of hands and then roll to the palms. Okay, let's take it in the opposite direction. See if you can maintain contact with each hand the whole time. Beautiful. And then just shaking out your hands, maybe shaking out the arms. We're going to come forward onto hands and knees. From here, we're going to do that Ferris wheel version of cat-cow. So hands are stacked beneath shoulders, wrists are beneath shoulders, knees are beneath hips. From here, we're going to draw the hips back towards the heels and then diving the chest forward, arching the spine. Push the floor away as you draw the hips back, so you can see how my torso is sort of like a Ferris wheel here. So we're drawing circles with the torso, with the hips. You might feel a little bit of crunching in the shoulders. Send breath anywhere that feels tight. And then coming back to neutral in your own time, we'll meet in tabletop position. Then we're going to walk the hands forward, coming into Anahata Asana, heart pose. So dip the heart and forehead down towards the mat. Hips stay stacked over knees. Send lots of breath into the side body and the space behind the heart. From here, untuck your toes. We're going to slide the hands towards us as our hips draw down to our heels. We're going to slide the hands alongside the body. So we're going to find a little bit of a flow here. So hands reach back behind us slightly. Our body is up, Charlotte. So rising up, we're going to open our chest towards the sky. Then we're going to dip forward, coming into child's pose with our hands by our heels. From here, you might want to watch me for this one. We're going to draw the hips up and roll onto the top of the head, keeping the neck long. Draw the hips back down towards the ground. We're going to rise up here on our knees, reach our arms up towards the sky. Gather hands to heart center, slide forward, back into heart pose. Okay, so a little bit of a flow here. So we can start in heart pose. From here, drawing hands towards you, sliding the hands by your knees as you come to sit up on your heels. Reach fingertips behind you, shine the heart up towards the sky, and then dive the heart forward, keeping the hands back by the heels. Child's pose. From here, you can stay or rolling onto the top of the head as the hips draw up over the knees. Drawing the hips down towards the heels, and then rising up, standing on the knees, reach the arms up towards the sky. And let's do that one more time. Coming down into Anahata Asana, heart pose. And then drawing hips to heels, slide hands by the knees and then back behind you. Chest shines up towards the sky. Reaching the chest and forehead down towards the mat. Hands stay where they are by your feet. And then inhale, hips drop, maybe rolling onto the crown of the head. Drawing hips back down towards the heels. And then rising up on the knees, reach the arms up towards the sky. Beautiful. From here, gather hands together at heart center. We're going to take our hands behind our low back. You can clasp opposite elbows if that works for you. From here, we're just going to reach the chest up towards the sky. Hips are stacked above the knees. Awesome, releasing that. Let's tuck the toes. We're gonna sit back on our heels. So this stretches out the arches of the feet. If this is too intense, you can always untuck toes and just sit back on your heels. So make sure you even have that little toe tucked under. From here, we're gonna take the arms out towards the sides once again. Flexing the hands. Deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to twist towards the left. Coming back through center. Twisting towards the right. Let's do one more on each side. Keep flexing through those hands, palms shine forward and back. Coming back to center, let's come into tabletop position, untucking toes, tapping out the tops of the feet. And then walking the hands forward slightly, we're going to tuck toes and take our hips up towards the sky for downward facing dog. So here, hands root down into the mat, imagining the fingers spinning out to the long edges of the mat. This engages the whole arm. You should notice the eye of the elbow facing towards the top of the mat when you do that. And then drawing your heels down towards the mat energetically. Knees can be bent, legs working towards straight. So you can stay here. You can always rest in child's pose at any point. Or if you want to come along with me, we're going to do that Ferris wheel and downward dog. So from here, you're going to draw your shoulders forward over wrists, coming into a plank variation. Then we're going to bend our knees, send our hips back towards the back of the mat, and hips draw up towards the sky. So once again, we're drawing that Ferris wheel, drawing circles with the hips. You can do this in tabletop like we did the first time, or you can skip it all together. Beautiful. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. From here, root the hands down. We're going to bend the knees. So bend the knees deeply. And then we're going to tilt the feet over so that the heels come over towards the right. This is a great stretch for the left side waist. Keep the knees really bent as you draw the heels over towards the right, toes face over towards the left. Really root left hand down and then draw the heels up and over to the other side. So now the feet are spinning so that the heels are facing the left, toes are facing the right. Press that right hand down into the mat and breathe into the right side waist. Come back through center. Let's rise up on your tippy toes and then gently walking feet forward, coming to our standing forward fold. From here, maybe clasping opposite elbows. Let the head hang heavy. So knees can be bent here. Torso can even be resting on your thighs, or legs can be working towards straight. Head hangs heavy. Releasing the hands, let's gently roll up to stand with a slight bend to the knees. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. We're gonna swan dive forward. You can keep your knees slightly bent. And then once again, slowly rolling up to stand. We'll do this a few times. So feeling each vertebrae as you create space around each one. And then as you rise, feel them stacking one on top of the other. We're going to meet in Tadasana, gathering hands together at heart center. And then releasing arms by your side. Let's take a moment here. So feel the feet rooted down into the earth. You might want to try picking toes up, spreading them wide, fanning them out, and then releasing them down to the ground. Toes shouldn't be gripping, but creating a lot of space around each toe. And here, facing the palms forward, allowing the heart to open, feeling that beautiful breeze. On the inhale, we're going to reach arms up towards the sky. Taking hands behind your back, we're going to interlace the palms behind the low back, or interlace the fingers, sorry. Drawing shoulder blades together, reaching the elbows in towards each other. If this is too intense, you could just do what we did before, clasping opposite elbows. From here, opening the heart up towards the sky. And then on the exhale, we're going to release the grip of the hands. We're going to hinge forward at the hips and trace your hands down the backs of the legs. Coming into our standing forward fold, releasing the exhale. Inhale, coming into a flat back. Exhale, we're going to step that right foot back, lowering right knee down towards the mat. Coming into low lunge. So once you're nice and stable, reaching the arms up towards the sky. So here the hips are facing forward. We're hugging our belly button in and up, creating a nice strong core. You can stay here. Or we're going to open the arms wide again, flexing the hands, palms facing out. Inhale, puff up with breath. And then exhale, we're going to twist towards the left. Hold here for one breath. And then coming back through center, let's twist towards the right. Hold here for a breath. Come back through center. Let's do one more on each side, if you can. And let's take it to the right. Beautiful. Coming back to center, reaching arms up. Let's take right hand down to the mat and reach left fingertips up towards the sky, finding a twist. On your next exhale, let's plant that left hand down. Coming back into tabletop position. We'll do a couple classic cat-cows here. So on the inhale, belly drops down, chest reaches forward, gaze goes up. On the exhale, push the ground away as you round through the spine. Inhale, arching through the spine. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Let's do one more round. And then coming back to a flat back. From here, we're going to take 8 pointed pose. So this pose, you draw your chin and chest down towards the mat, keeping the hips high. And then you slide forward onto your belly. Beautiful. We're going to place our hands beneath our shoulders and come up for baby cobra. So just peeling the chest up slightly here, reaching the collarbones forward. Let's bow back down to the ground. And let's pulse back up on your next inhale. Exhale, coming down. Last time, rising with the in-breath. Exhale to release. We're going to tuck our toes, make our way back through tabletop position, coming to downward facing dog. Couple breaths here, reconnecting to your breath. Rooting hands and feet down, reach the hips up. On your next in-breath, we're going to reach that right leg up towards the sky. Stepping it forward, coming into warrior one. So the back heel is angled towards the back right-hand corner of the mat. So the back foot's on a 45-degree angle. The front foot faces straight ahead. We're bending the front knee, hips face forward. Inhale, we're going to reach the arms up towards the sky. You can stay here, warrior one. Excuse me. If you want to flow a bit, we're going to gather hands together at the heart. We're going to drop the chest down on the inside of the front knee, and then we're going to swoop towards the back knee. So the feet are going to pivot slightly. We're going to bend into the back knee, work to straighten the front leg. And then swoop forward, toes face forward on the front foot and back to that 45-degree angle on the back foot, and then reach arms up. So front knee stays bent. On the exhale, we're going to dip the chest forward on the inside of that front knee. We're going to swoop over towards the back foot so our feet pivot slightly. And then moving back towards the front leg, feet pivot forward again, reach the arms up. Is everyone following? Yeah? Okay, great. So exhale, coming down, swooping towards that back leg, straightening the front leg, bending into the back knee, and then straightening the back leg, bend into the front leg as we swoop forward and up. Let's do that a couple more times. So allowing your breath to guide you here. And we'll meet back in warrior one. On the exhale, we're going to place our hands on either side of that front foot. If you can, you're going to press off that back foot, transferring the weight into the front foot. So a version of standing splits here. So back leg reaches out parallel to the ground. We're rooting that front leg down. Front leg works towards straight. And then bringing that left foot forward. Let's come into that standing forward fold. Maybe sighing it out on your exhale. Ah. On your next inhale, let's release the hands, taking the arms wide, rising up to stand. Gather hands together at the heart. Maybe closing the eyes here for a moment. Envisioning that thing that you love, that person that you love. Sending breath into the heart space and feeling it expand with each inhale. Releasing the hands down. Let's sweep them up towards the sky. And then we'll interlace fingers opposite thumb in front. So opposite finger lace than last time. Or once again, you can just clasp opposite elbows behind your back. From here, draw the hands away from you. Allow the chest to open and shine brightly up towards the sky. On your exhale, releasing the hands, we're going to trace them down the backs of the legs, coming into standing forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, so hands can come to shins or thighs or fingertips to the ground. Exhale to release. Let's step left foot back. Coming into low lunge, other side. So hips face forward. Once again, hugging your belly button in and up. Engage the core. Creates a nice solid foundation here. Once you're ready, reach the arms up. Feel free to stay here. This is great. If you want to come with me, we're going to take the arms wide, pushing the palms away. So flexing the hands. Take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to twist towards the right. Come back through center. Take it to the left. Let's do that twice more at your own pace. Then coming back to center, placing left hand down on the mat, reach those right fingertips up towards the sky, find a twist. Draw the energy up that left arm so that we're not placing all the weight into the left wrist. So really draw up and out the right fingertips. And then placing the right hand down on the mat on the outside of that right foot. Bring the right knee to meet left. We'll do a few cat-cows again. This time we're going to inhale, rounding through the spine, push the floor away. So we're switching the breath. Exhale, arch the spine, look up towards the sky. Inhale as you round. Exhale, looking up, arching. A couple more at your own pace. And then finding neutral spine. We're going to bend the elbows once again, coming into 8-pointed pose. So hips stay high, chest and chin come down to the mat, and then sliding forward onto your belly, untuck your toes. This time we're going to come up into Sphinx pose. So stacking elbows beneath our shoulders, forearms are placed firmly on the earth, and then imagine you're dragging your chest through the window of your arms. The pelvis roots down into the ground. Keep the jaw nice and soft. And then maybe lifting up the right toes, reach the right toes back, and then place them down on the earth. Lifting up left toes, reach them back, placing them down. Couple breaths here. Releasing the head down to the earth. We're going to place our hands beneath our shoulders. Pushing up through tabletop position. Let's come back to downward facing dog. Couple breaths here, reconnecting. On your next inhale, reaching left leg up towards the sky. Let's step left foot forward between the palms, coming into warrior one this side. So here, that right foot is angled at a 45 degrees, so the right heel is in line with the back left-hand corner of the mat. Hips shine forward, so towards the top of the mat. Front top knee is bent, the back leg is working towards straight. And then once you're nice and stable, arms can reach up towards the sky. You can stay here, warrior one, if you'd like. Or if you want to flow like we did on the other side, we're going to gather the hands together at heart center, dip the chest down on the inside of the front leg, front knee, and then pivot towards the right hand side as we bend into the back leg, work to straighten the front, and then swoosh forward, tilting the feet back towards the top of the mat, reach the arms up, warrior one. On the exhale, coming forward, swooping in towards the right, towards that back leg, bending back knee, straightening front, and then bending into the front knee, work to straighten the back leg. Let's flow a couple times with your own breath. Back in warrior one, no rush to get there. On the next exhale, placing hands on either side of that front foot, and then maybe stepping that back foot up so that the back leg is parallel to the earth. We're balancing on that right leg. So see if you can drop that right hip in line with left, squaring the hip. So leg stays as it is, but instead of opening the hips out towards the right, see if you can draw the right hip down so that it's parallel to the left hip. And then bringing right foot back down to the ground. Let's find our standing forward fold. Maybe clasping opposite elbows here. Maybe sighing it out on the exhale. Arms down. Let's take the arms wide as we rise up to stand. Reach fingertips up towards the sky. Once again, gathering hands together at heart center. You can anchor your thumbs into your heart, feeling your heartbeat, reconnecting to the breath. From here, we're going to take the hands down by our sides. We're going to do a standing version of camel pose. So a couple options here. You can place your hands on your hips and then just imagining a string reaching up towards the sky attached to your heart center, and just open the chest up towards the sky, keeping the hips in line over the knees, over the ankles. The second option, you can clasp opposite elbows behind your low back. Third option is to take your hands to your low back. So either fingers can face down or fingers can face up. So palms are against the low back. And then we're going to draw the elbows in towards each other. Root the feet down. And then imagine the chest being pulled up towards the sky by that string, keeping the neck long. So we're going to slightly tuck the chin in towards the chest. And send breath into your collarbones, into your heart center. Gently coming out of that, let's just release the arms by your side. Standing in Tadasana mountain pose. Just feel. We'll do one more round. Feel free to choose the same hand gesture or try something new. So once again, hands can be on hips, clasping opposite elbows. Fingers can face down with palms on the low back, drawing elbows in towards each other, or fingers face up, palms on the low back, again drawing the elbows in. So hug the belly button in and up, and then once again imagine that string pulling your chest up towards the sky, keeping the jaw soft. And then on your next inhale, gently releasing, let's just come back to Tadasana Mountain Pose. On your next inhale, we're going to reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, gathering the hands through the midline as we come into standing forward fold, so hinging at the hips, allowing the head to get heavy. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale to release. Let's step that right foot back. Left foot can come back too. We're going to lower the knees. From here we're going to cross the ankles and then come back to sit. So, or just make your way into a seated posture here on the mat. Placing the soles of the feet on the earth. Okay, we can hug our shins, resting either the chin, the cheeks, or the eyes on the knees. From here, we're going to reach the fingers forward, hugging belly button in towards spine and slowly rolling down the back, coming to lay on our backs, keeping the knees bent. Let's take the soles of the feet together, knees are going to come wide, we're still on our backs. Coming into reclined butterfly. So knees open wide, feet draw in towards each other. We're creating a diamond shape with the legs. Maybe the arms go overhead. You can place one palm on top of the other, creating a diamond shape with the arms. Or you can rest your hands on your belly, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. And if it's available to you, close down the eyes. If not, keep the gaze soft. Then gently draw the knees in towards each other. You can bring the knees in towards the chest, hug your knees in, or placing hands on your knees. You can draw little circles with the knees, giving the low back a massage. If you're drawing circles, take the circles in the opposite direction. And then releasing the legs out on the mat. You can splay the feet. Take the arms by your side. You can splay the arms and legs, coming into a sort of starfish variation. whatever is comfortable for you, allowing the body to release any and all tension here. Gently wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe reaching the arms up overhead. Stretch the toes away from you. So bending the knees, placing the soles of the feet on the ground. There, roll over onto one side and make your way up to sit. Closing down the eyes if that feels good for you once you get here. We'll take hands together at heart center, rooting the thumbs into the heart. Taking a moment here, looking inward, noticing any shifts, maybe some space created in and around the heart. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your